What's good everyone, thanks for coming back to the channel. In this video I'll be running you through my best back workout for hypertrophy, our growth. It's extremely high volume and you will probably be gassed at the end of it. So first off we did deadlifts. So we did 5 sets of 15 to 8 reps, and when I'm doing a deadlift I like to keep my back straight, so not arched. My chest sticks out on the way down and on the way up, and feet are basically shoulder width apart. And so the first half of the movement you want to push with your legs, so pushing on your heel all the way through your legs, and in the second half you want to use your back to perform the movement. So control reps, you want to always have form over weight. And I like to use the one hand overhand grip and one underhand grip, just for comfort, basically. Like it's whatever you prefer, really. But yeah, that's what I like to use. So first off was deadlifts, and yeah. So I moved up to my first off. I did 100 kilos for my first. Second was 110, then 120, and then I finished with 8 reps of 140. Almost dropped it there. So you want to always be sticking your chest out, keeping your chest up as much as possible. Secondly, I moved on to pull-ups with the wide grip. So I did 10 sets. This is what I do every workout, basically. Like, I think that if you don't do pull-ups, pull-ups basically is one of the best back width exercises in my opinion. So I do 10 sets till failure. So each set I go till failure, and I keep the tension on my lats and on my back the entire time. So you want to always have the tension on. I do their medium pace, so I'm not swinging myself up really quickly, and I'm not going extremely slow, and I'm squeezing my back, so I'm sort of rolling my shoulders back and squeezing my back on the way up, right in the middle. And basically pull-ups are huge for building a big back in my opinion, so they're probably my favourite back builder, I'd say. Besides, you can't skip these in deadlifts. 10 sets. I think the first set I got about 12, second set 10, just kept getting lower until I got 1 basically on the 10th set. And I do this basically every back workout, around 10 sets of this. Just yeah. So next we moved on to Lat Pulldowns. So this is one of my favourite back exercises. We did 5 sets. First set was 15 reps and the last set was 6 reps with a last set drop set. And I drop set it at 3 times. So on this, you basically want to I like to keep my tension on the lats the entire time, and then on the way up, extending all the way out, so getting a full range of motion. So basically you want to retract your shoulders and squeeze as hard as possible on the way down, keeping the tension on the lats the entire time. So you want to be bringing it down to your chest and then extending all the way up. Make sure you keep the tension on your lats the entire time and have that mind muscle connection. So here I did a drop set from level 16 down to 10 and then down to 6, repping till failure. So I'm extending on the way up and squeezing my back on the way down.
Like a Hellcat.
And then I moved on to performing 6 sets of 12 to 6 reps of bent over barbell rows. So with this, I see a lot of people doing this wrong. Like they pull up to their chest or up to their mid stomach. You want to be pulling to your hips. It's a row, so you want to be extending all the way out and pulling back into your hips. I like to use the overhand grip on most of the time, but it's basically whatever's comfortable. Also, I have my elbows just flared about 45 degrees, but not too much. Otherwise, you won't be tugging your back as much. But basically, I like to do overhand grip just because I feel like it hits my back better. So we did a drop set on the end of this from 100 kilos, as many reps as I could get, to back down to 60 kilos. And basically, you want to be extending, reaching almost out on the way forward, and on the way back, you want to be squeezing your back and your lats with the mind muscle connection. You just want to squeeze as tight as possible to get that real contraction. Make sure you're pulling towards your hips. See, I'm extending out and pulling towards my hips, not up to my chest or something like that. Then I moved on to seated cable rows. So I did 5 sets, 12 to 6 reps, and then a last set drop set. So basically on here, you want to roll your shoulders back and then squeeze through the middle of your back. Like imagine there's a tennis ball in your back, and you want to squeeze the tennis ball so it would stay there if someone put a tennis ball in your back. So you want to squeeze. And I do a little bit different of form. I know people who do this as well, but you want to lean forward, or I like to lean forward and extend all the way out to get a full range of motion. And I have my elbows tucked in tight as well, so on the way forward, extending out and then retracting back. And this is one of the big exercises where you need that mind muscle connection. If you're just pulling randomly, like through the workout, you're not going to feel it as much. So leaning forward, extending, pulling back. Thinking about that mind muscle connection and squeezing all the time. Then I moved on to dumbbell rows. I see so many people do this wrong or incorrect form. Most people pull up to their side of their hips. You want to extend out and pull to your hips, not your ribs. So see how I am extending all the way out, almost reaching forward to get that full extension and pulling to your hips. It is one of the most exercises I see most people doing wrong. So I like to pull to my hips and extending all the way out and squeezing the back on the way forward. If you're just going through the motions, you're not thinking about the exercise you're performing, your growth will be hindered. Then I moved on to this lat pull down variation, and I just like to do this almost every workout because I feel it targets my lats extremely well. I do 3 sets of this, 12 reps, 10 reps, and 8 reps. And once again, retract your back and squeeze, and on the extension you want to really reach out. So I like to keep my lats flared the entire time while thinking about that mind muscle connection. So as you can see, I'm trying to keep my lats as flared as possible just for that real big squeeze. And finally, I did FST7 cable straight bar pull downs. This is fascia stretch training, so you do 7 sets, 12 reps. And I just think it's a really good finisher for the lats and back. You want to squeeze the lats the entire time. So on the way down and on the way up, you're squeezing. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please chuck it a like and leave a comment for what you want to see more of. I'll also be posting biceps on a couple days after this. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys.